Hello, and welcome to another Rangru cast. Me, Rangru, and today we are doing a 1v1 on Paddy Field. So on the left hand side in blue, playing as blue for, we got Mr. Kim. And on the right hand side in red, playing as red for, we got ourselves Ronin Iceman. Because he is, well, I guess he's cool. So we can speed things up and get things going. And I believe this is a motorized versus mechanized deck type match. As the Ronin is playing a mechanized, Royal Mr. Kim is going for a motorized deck. I believe this is yellow craft and motorized. We are seeing reels and not tracks. So anyway, off we go, and it's rather interesting having two very infantry focused decks, so rather different because of, you know, mech versus moto. And it seems like Kim is going to standard blue for, and Iceman doing the same thing. So a blue on standard blue. And we do have a fight over go. We got Syed 13 getting into the town area. As we've got some AMX 10 RCs flanking around. And this is actually the tank version, the 40-point tank run, Rich. It's units I've never see. Just take a look at stats real fast. If I can actually, there we go. For 40 points, it's got a pretty decent gun. Rate of fire is a bit meh, but it's fast, which is also the big thing. So it's a fast cannon. And neither side really going for Bravo heavily. As the Iceman opting to defend the town a little bit more and flank around with some curvatures, which is a little bit risky without any AA support nearby. Does have one Stinger squad, yeah. Fighting Falcon gonna be dropping in some bombs. And he does gonna get shot down. And he's trying to kill the Bradley, and he fails to do so. As Bradley does manage to get out of here just in the nick of time. And Iceman does have the town under his control. It's a rather big deal. While Kim does have the forest. So really it's going to be about who can push the other person out of the sector. You've got Science 13's moving up in the open field, taking some heavy losses from the airborne. SDRF being brought out to cover them as they move across. And Iceman also attacking along the bottom end side. Those two McCurva turrets are going to be quite deadly at long range, providing fire support. We only got like a Fusilier platoon in here, 4 squads. Which isn't exactly a lot. McCurva turrets managed to home in and starting to get some shots off on them. Got 3 to run, 5 blazers being brought out. Having a feeling this is part of Mr. Kim's tank force. It's not AMX 10 RC good in terms of cannon, but it does have reconnaissance optics. You've got Panzer mortars firing on the Fusiliers, but the Fusiliers do manage to move in the nick of time. And if Iceman can keep up his aggressive behaviour, he could probably make into Charlie. That'd be a very big bonus. +2 sector, but you've got more reinforcements being brought up, more Fusilier 90s. And I know how to say Blue 4 Mech is a very powerful deck. I don't know about Blue 4 Motorized, so I mean, you can still get a lot of the good units, but I don't exactly know what. 90s trying to move in, but 90s stopping them as well. While the 90s up here do get killed, a lot of Fusilier 90s on both sides. And one of the Fusilier squads do manage to make it into Goth. Just one lone guy in the hotel soon to be captured. That's definitely going to force Iceman to get TV onto Alpha. Do have a Nanisiki getting some side shots on the Commando Paris as they spawn in. AMX 10 RC going to be finding and killing that Nanisiki. Even mortars doing a barrage onto the area. And things are looking good for Iceman. He has complete control over Bravo. And he has Goth neutralized, so if he gets the CVs up, he will be in the pluses. F5A Puff covering in the Kernas as it drops some bombs. And he's 5 T-55s pretty much. hitting the tracked rapiers, but the McCurva is definitely going to be able to beat him in a tank-on-tank engagement. The Fusilier 90 is trying to move across the open field, but, well, McCurva are a nasty bastard. And you got mortars hitting the mortars. As Iceman moves in to attack Golf, and it's actually a very interesting thing noticing he is using Warrior Malans. And Warriors aren't exactly the best unit, or APC in game, because Ronin is a rather crap autocannon. It has good stats in terms of AP and accuracy, but with only 94 rounds a minute, it takes a little bit to kill stuff. But he's using its rather good effect, trying to get our Stormers into the forest so we can completely capture Gove. And having Gove and Bravo completely captured will be very important to win in this match. We do have a CV being brought up into Alpha to stop Mr. Kim's point lead. Mr. Kim is in the lead by quite a bit, 170 points to 0. So even though he doesn't have map control, he does have point control, which is definitely going to give him a little bit of leeway. And he is flanking around with these Fusiliers. And he's getting very close to that HQ section. Really, the Tehran 5 Blazers being the only thing protecting the CV. He does get bombed to bits by the Kurnash. He really needs to do over these tanks. They've been doing quite a lot of damage. For just, you know, some standard T-55, well, Israeli T-55s. I believe they have a custom gun. Mr. Kim bringing up reinforcements to hold down to Charlie. Stormers moving in, clearing out the Fusiliers. And it is a true match in there if he can find them. The true match do have their weapons off. One's going to be sneaky beaky. Mortars firing onto Charlie, and thank God Mr. Kim got some reinforcements in here. Because even just having not even that much infantry on the outskirts of the town definitely stops anyone from moving across the open field really nearly like. But it seems like Ronin Iceman isn't even concerned about going into Charlie. He's just happy holding on to Gove and Bravo, and that is still a rather good thing to hold on to. The block killing the Mirage fighter. We've got War and Milan setting up. Going to be dealing with the Stormers. Both sides also using Stormers to F-18's the Hornet to kill the Milans and the Kurnash to finish off the Stormers. But the Mortars killing Rail Stormers is rather weird. Saying the same unit name over and over and over again. That is the joy of blue on blue. And just some RBS 70s being brought up too. Mark II models to be precise. It's rather powerful, as you can tell. And we've got the Warrior being brought up into Bravo to capture the point. And the T-55 from Fusiliers moving and dealing with commandos. One T-55 does get killed, Joe. The second one goes down. And Ronin Iceman doing a very smart thing, moving his McCurvers around the flank, build two match iron position to get some ATGM hits, and the F-18C Hornet finishes them both up. And I think Iceman really wants to stop him. Well, he does have quite a lot of tracked rapiers now, I think about it. Good, but either way, those planes are doing a lot of damage. Mr. Kim coming in constantly with those bomber runs. Now the F-15D Eagle knocking out some units. The Stormers have managed to get themselves in a very tactical position along that edge of Charlie. If he can get some ATGM guys here, or heck, even some AA guys, he could start sniping those planes as they fly over. Yeah, maybe we want to think about getting CV under Gove to bring it up to a +2, because they have quite a lot of points to catch up to, but at 23 minutes you can easily catch up in a +1 lead. But to be safe, you always want to get more units. You know, Stormers are moving up, and pretty much uncontested. Only Forceman Shaker to stop him. But it seems like Mr. Kim is doing an assault on to go for the SAS moving in. The Syads and RBS is heavily damaged. And you see the Royal Melange actually doing that pretty good damage. Maybe I have to take back what they about the Ronin. Even though it's never really been a popular autocannon throughout the Wargame series because of its low fire rate, it's still serviceable. And the SAS pulling back completely. As the RBS do manage to get sniped, links AA7 doing what it does best, nabbing the heck out of enemy units. The Stormers a little bit exposed there, as some Jacksons from World War II, Hummel Raven 90mm cannons. And the curvature rate providing fire support as Commander Paris and Rubius move up. But once again, those planes coming in hard. One F-18 does get shot down, which is a very good kill. It will lessen the strain on the curves pretty much, if they don't worry too much about getting sniped anymore. Now, I believe Mr. Kim still has one F-18C Hornet up his sleeve. Commando Paris continuing to fight. Chumak getting some snipes and reinforcements that are being brought up, hitting the M36s. And Chumak being a rather popular ATGM choice now because of the changes they did with the patch. It's pretty much changing its missiles stats. But Iceman still pretty much in control, slowly gaining that plus run, catching up to Mr. Kim in the point rise. And he has very good control over Bravo and on Gulf as well, so it's going to require Mr. Kim to do some sort of big assault to take advantage of. Is that path coming in? But I really don't think Ronin has any radar AA, but it doesn't matter. The F-15 the Eagle dropping in his bombs, clearing out the town, and well, it has to be a good time for the SAS to move up, and that is exactly what they're doing. As they do have the Bradley covering them from long range threats, trying to snipe the Mancati, but to no avail. And this time it should hit. There we go. Artillery pounding it onto Charlie. Not much here, just very token force still, but it's all you really need because of that open ground. Unless, yeah, you got a McCurva turret. Probably the best bet for the McCurva is just bring it up right through the forest and get some close range fire support. Because that grenade launcher can definitely make up for the cannon. Yeah, things are looking good for Iceman. Mirage 2 going for the F-16 block, both of them getting shot down. Their F-15 Eagle dropping in his bombs, and it seems like the perfect time for Mr. Kim to attack into Gulf. He is moving up with the SAS NT-55s, Bradley providing fire support, F-16 block going in. The Commando 90 is getting very close to the town, but no cigar. Roy Milan hitting the T-55 and an ATGM killing the Bradley. So I think his assault is not going to go all out well. As reinforcements came up in the nick of time for Iceman, and now he is actually moving up a force through Charlie. Some M67 handful units. So kind of like the Japanese small, though not as smally. Taking some bombs out from the Kurnis, but Roviet 90 is now moving through. We've got Hachu Kayu Shiki. This is actually a pretty good APC. Let's take a look at stats real fast. I mean, the ATGM is, yeah, it's okay, I guess. It does have better range compared to most other Blue 4 APC, ATGM, so it has that going for it, but it does lack an AP and accuracy. But the 35mm cannon should do like 2? No, it only does 1 HE, so but 3 AP is pretty good. I mean, yeah, just comparing this to the Rory Milan Ronin cannon, still the same accuracy, still the same AP, but look at 281 rounds a minute compared to 94. That's a huge difference. I'm just talking about the Rory Milan, yeah. Shorter range, less accuracy. And that's the problem with using Warriors. Nice one, trying to make a move into that forest spot to no avail. Yo, he is in the lead just by a little bit, yo, but if this match goes on these points, it will count as a tie. And the Kernat's almost in the Milan. He's seen the bombs actually swerve just before they hit. I think he lost line of sight. Oh, that's no problem. The Bradley moving up, providing fire support over the open ground. Mr. Kim does also do a counter-attack into Bravo, some Canadian airborne. I'm actually curious who this game's going to go to. With only 2 minutes left in the replay. Points are rather close. And same with map control, Mr. Kim holding top and Iceman holding bottom. And it seems like a rather powerful push from Mr. Kim. The Site 13's hard chase do get destroyed. And that's a lot of Stormers. I'm thinking Mr. Kim's gonna take the victory here. Morio almost getting killed. And that will be a good game. Mr. Kim does take a victory by robbing 500 points in that mechanized versus motorized game. And yeah, both sides rather similar decks, though still very different because of rail mech and motorized. And what allowed Mr. Kim to win that match is pretty much the early point advantage. He managed to get, you know, CVs out early and hold on to those points and gain a very nice points lead. So even though he was taking quite a lot of losses and losing a bit of ground, and during the middle of the match he did manage to recuperate and pretty much a final assault into Bravo during the last 10 minutes of the game timer anyway. Definitely allowed him to completely secure the victory. Yeah, it was a rather standard paddy field match. Nothing crazy to say about it. And I'm going to leave it off on that. It's been another Anglo Cast. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And as usual, please just take it easy.